It is obviously the nature of grace that it doesn't require merit on the side of the receiver. So when God wants to give us grace, it is not something dependent on us, but it's dependent on Him. So that's amazing and that's wonderful. But is there anything that can be like a blockage to receiving that grace, like when God would want to give it to us, but it just we just somehow refuse it? And one of those things is about grace is harboring bitterness and withholding forgiveness. And this might sound strange, but actually God wants to minister to us in His love and in His care for us. But as long as I am not forgiving those who I think have wronged me, and as long as as long as I'm doing that, obviously I am cultivating bitterness in my heart. I'm making bitterness grow greater and greater, and that can actually frustrate grace in my life. Hebrews 12:14 and 15 speak about this. Well, actually, just 15. Let me read that first. Looking diligently, lest any man fail the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. So this is saying, take great care that nobody fail the grace of God. This is the idea that we would somehow block the grace of God away from us, that we would tell God to keep it to Himself and we're not interested. And of course, willingly we wouldn't say no to the gifts of God. We would say, yeah, sure, give them to me. But what if in my attitude, in my heart, in my behavior, there is something that is actually saying that to God without me wanting to say it, and not forgiving and cultivating bitterness in my life is such a thing. And here it says, look diligent, like be very careful about this, that you wouldn't fail. And how does that happen? Well, the root of bitterness springs up in us, and then it troubles us. The previous verse says, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Okay, so that's important. How do I look diligently not to fail the grace of God? And the answer is, I follow peace with all men. Okay, so who do I hate? Who am I continually angry at? Who is it that I do not forgive? And the answer is, whatever your answer is, God is saying you need to go beyond that. You need to follow peace. You need to say in your heart, maybe they will not forgive you, maybe you will not have a relationship with them, but in your heart you need to say, I am not hating that person. I am at peace. How does that happen? Well, that happens through forgiveness. And Ephesians 4:32, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another. Okay, so that's the way of following peace with someone. You forgive them and you say, in my heart, I am at peace with them. I am not at war with them because I have forgiven. When I don't do that, I am actually saying to the grace of God, I'm not interested. I want to live in a different system where these people owe me, where these people have wronged me, and I will not let it go. And I am actually saying no to the grace of God. So when we consider this, I think it challenges our hearts in many a relationship. And I just want to leave you with that, and I want to encourage you to consider and pray about that, and find a deeper understanding and relationship with God through this. God bless your day.